Welcome back to Defenders of the Last Stand. We're doing Lightning of the Ancients group mission. We have to take out the 4 leaders, of course, to win the game. We're going to start off with Frank. Frank is up here with Crank, and he's going to start taking his turns. But the very first thing he's going to do is he does have this special card, which is Ambush. And of course he's into traps and such. So we're going to go ahead and use this card right now. I know, maybe we shouldn't, but we're going to. So discard, remove all raiders from any 2 locations. So that is what we are going to do. So I'm just going to adjust the camera. We're going to go to a location. We're going to wipe out all of the raiders in those 2 locations. Alright, Frank has organized an ambush way up here at God's Eye Forest. We're going to remove the 3 Earther War parties there. All raiders gone. And also in Boxville, all 3 of these raiders disappear. So that was a very useful card, wiping out a lot of the Earther War Party. They're the hardest ones. Actually, they're not. They're 4+ to take out, but they're still pretty difficult. You can't use any special abilities or special cards or anything when you're fighting them. So I think that was a pretty good use of that card. All right, Frank has 7 actions remaining. Let's go back to the board, and he's got lots to do. All right, so Frank is up here in the Liberty Tunnel. There's 3 techies plus Crank himself here, and of course Frank with Crank. So we're going to spend one of his 7 actions to do an attack action right now. So we just put this off to the side. And he's going to go ahead and attack the techies here. Now, it doesn't matter that the leader is there. There's no buffs or bonuses or anything because of that. So let me get out my dice tray as I lose my voice, of course. And we're going to be rolling 1 die for each raider. So we're going to be rolling the 3 red dice for the 3 techies. Excuse me. And we need a 3+ to hit them. So let's see what we get. He gets 2 hits. So 2 of these techie mob dudes get taken out by Frank. Nicely done. That was 1 action. He has a lot of action. He has 6 actions remaining. Let me think about what he wants to do next. Alright, I think what he wants to do for his next action is he's going to go ahead and do a move action. Of course, he can move anywhere across the dotted lines, no problem. So he's going to move here into Death Maze City. And when he's in Death Maze City, he's going to spend another action to drop a trap token in here. So he's going to trap the area. So if any techie mobs show up here in the future, we just get an automatic attack at them. And while he's there, he might as well do 1 attack against the 2 techie mob dudes. They're sitting right there. So let's get out a couple of dice and see what we get. So a 4 and a 3 wipes both of them off of the map because they get hit on a 3+. They're pretty wimpy. Alright, so we've cleaned that out quite a bit, and he has 3 actions remaining. And with 3 actions remaining, he is going to go ahead and do a move action, but he's going to use this puke card, motorcycle card, to let him move 2 spaces instead of 1. So we're going to go ahead and do that. So he's going to move 2 spaces now. He's going to go 1 and 2 over here to Auntie's Saloon. And as you can see in Auntie's Saloon, we have a adventure token, if you want to call it that, there. But he's going to do an attack here right now to see if he can take out those 2 techie mobs. So that's going to leave him, he's got 2 actions remaining, so his second to last action, he will attack the 2 techies there. See if he can wipe them. He's just going around the board wiping stuff out. And a 4 and a 5. Nicely done. He wipes both of them off the map, which is exactly what I wanted to do, because now there are no techie characters in that area. Alright, we're going to readjust the camera, and I think he's going to go ahead and do that adventure token at Auntie's Saloon as one of the actions he can take. His final action. Alright, so I backed the camera right out because we're going to go ahead and take the adventure action, which is this card here, Auntie's Saloon number 13. And the next card you can see there is 34, Once Was City. 34 is Once Was City is way over on the other side of the board, so we're going to go ahead and place down the token in that location. Alright, so the next adventure that can show up is in Once Was City, so we'll put the token there. Alright, I'm going to zoom the camera out, and we're going to take a closer look at Auntie's Saloon. This is a mission, and see what it is that's going on there for Frank. Also, something else I should note is we have defeated, through that ambush card, Earther War Parties, 6 of them, and this says defeat 4 Earther War Parties. Place the parties on here to keep track. So we've actually completed this mission, Ranger mission as well. So we need to get back to Last Stand to gain our reward, and our reward will be either draw a special card or 3 defender cards. So let's keep that in mind as well. I'm going to put the 4 Earther War Parties on that card so I remember. And I don't think you had to defeat them through direct combat. You just had to defeat them. And that ambush was considered a combat. So that's how I'm going to rule it. Again, a few ambiguities in the game, but we have completed that Ranger mission. Which reminds me, there should be 2 Ranger missions always in Last Stand available when you go there if you don't have a mission left. So secure the atomic plant is going to be a mission here. Travel to the atomic plant, ensure raiders are not using it as a base. I'm going to leave them down on the board. And also search for survivors. Spend an action Apache Plains, blah, blah, blah. So it tells you what to do. Those are available for us. And there's also a barricade here as well as part of the setup. So anyway, I forgot to mention that as part of the setup, we always have 2 Ranger missions available in Last Stand if you don't have any left. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go back now and take a look at Auntie's Saloon. We're doing that adventure there. So let's see what it has to say. All right, Auntie's Saloon. I hope this is clear enough that we can see it. It says an elderly man sits on a tall bar stool, cradling a pint of Auntie's ale. By his side on the floor, cross-legged, is a young girl who plays with a dirty doll, combing its hair. You don't really notice anything out of ordinary until 3 bikers approach the old man, offering him canned rations in exchange for the little girl. What? The old man refuses and turns his back. The little girl stands and reveals a Geiger counter, waving the wand over the cans. The needles go crazy. Get lost or die, she says. I'm Reactor Susan, and this old man is Preacher Joe. She spins in the air a few times before her kicks meet flesh, knocking the 3 bikers on their backs. You decide to join the fun when the bikers get up to go for another round. So there we go. So we have to test adventure. We have 3 dice for that. And we're going to be rolling. And if we get 1 plus success, or if we get 0 successes, etc., etc. So let's go ahead and we're going to go with the dice tray, and we're going to roll this up and see what we get. It says, regardless of the outcome, keep this card for the remainder of the game. At any time, you may spend a karma, and Preacher Joe will give you a ride on his bike. Move to any location. So that's cool. So we can use this always as a ride card if we spend a karma token. All right, let's go to the dice tray. We're going to be rolling 3 dice. A 5 or 6 is a success. Let's see what we can get. All right, we have the dice tray in place. We have Auntie's Saloon here. We need 1 success. I'm going to use the dice that I use for Zombicide Black Plague. The stars are 1s and everything else is normal. All right, we have 3 dice for our adventure dice. We need a 5 or 6. And we get 1 5. Oh man, that was close. I thought we were going to blow it. I got a 1, a 2, and a 5. So we did get a success. So we take a look at this card. 1 plus successes. These kids are part of Crank's gang. Lower Crank's health by 1. That is so cool. So Crank's health now is going from 8 down to 7. So we knocked him down a bit. You may spend a karma token to draw a special card. Oh, heck yes. We're going to do that. We've got 2 karma tokens. We're going to blow 1 of them right now to draw a special card. And our special card is Gyro Transports. An ancient flying machine provides quick movement. Discard to move any number of rangers to the same location. Ooh, that's good for fighting bosses. All right, so we have that special card now. So wow, this was very beneficial. Auntie's Saloon. And continuing on with the card. Regardless of the outcome, keep this card for the rest of the game, and anytime you can spend it. A karma token, and Preacher Joe will drive you on his bike. So that's this adventure, Auntie's Saloon, completed. I'm going to keep that card now. Oh boy, running out of space a little bit here. And that's going to be it for Frank's turn. I'm going to zoom out, and we're going to wrap up the end of the turn because we now have to have a Raider card happening. Following, of course, all of these steps. So players draw 1 Raider card and 2 Defender cards in the Raiders and Radiation Phase turn, which is coming up right now. Let me zoom out and we'll do that. Alrighty, this board is huge. Anyway, we can have a total... so we're ending off his turn. He's not ending in a radiation space. So he does not have to make a radiation check, and there are no enemies in his location either, so he's not going to take any damage from them. You can end your turn in a space with bosses. They don't cause you damage, it's just enemies that do. Alright, so what were we doing? We're going to be drawing 2 cards. So let's see, his 2 cards. He gets a motorcycle and a puke card. That's going to give him a total hand size now of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He has 7 cards total. Remember, we can have a total hand size of 8. These are the cards we have. We have double-crossed guns, which we can ambush a leader if we want at some point. All right. He has 2 trap tokens left as well. All right, and we have to do now a raider card. So this card's a bunch of information on it that we have to follow. All right, so, excuse me, Ashtown 23 is going to get a techie mob. Ashtown 23 gets 1 techie mob showing up here. All right. And Shadow Pass gets 2 Earther War Parties. Shadow Pass 29 is right here. So the Earther War Parties, they lost a bunch of units over there through the ambush, but they're building up their forces again. And Bramble moves to Boxville. Bramble's already in Boxville, not going to move. Scavenger Rumor, add a scavenger token to the Atomic Plant. And Scrapyard 14, awesome, we need these for the game. So let's zoom into those locations and add some scavenger tokens. Alright, so here we are on the far left side of the board. We're going to add a scavenger token. I'll just randomly grab one here to the Atomic Plant. And next we're going to be adding one to the Scrapyard, number 14. And here we have the lovely Scrapyard, where we have a monstrosity and a couple of Earther War Parties. I'm going to grab another token and add it there. These, of course, are essential for our mission, a group mission, which is Lightning of the Ancients. We're supposed to find 2 special artifact tokens on the bottom, and these have things underneath that we shall see in the future when we get to them. All right, I'm going to zoom out, and that's going to be, I think, the end of our episode for today. I'm trying to get these out as quickly as I can. So I will probably just be doing 1 turn a character. Oh, and I forgot, of course, before this phase, you take all of your action tokens that are not wounds and you put them back on your player board. So there we go for Frank. All right, I'm going to zoom out. We're going to wrap up our episode for today. Alrighty, I think that was not a bad episode. We knocked Crank down 1 from 8 health down to 7, so that's good. We knocked a bunch of stuff off the board, a lot of raiders off the board, in fact. He's completed his mission. He just needs to get to Last Stand, pick up another mission, and get his reward for the 1. We use a special card, and he's laid a trap now at Death Maze City. So Frank had a pretty good turn, I think. He's hanging out now at Auntie's Saloon. And up next, for our next episode, we're going to have Midnight Pearl. She's going to be taking her turn. So thanks so much for watching along. Thanks for your comments, subscriptions, and likes. This is Defenders of the Last Stand, and we're playing the Lightning of the Ancients group mission. And we'll see where it takes us. So yeah, the name of the game is we have to defeat all 4 leaders eventually to win. And there's a multitude of ways to lose. So thanks so much, and we'll see you next time for the continuation. Defenders of the Last Stand, Lightning of the Ancients.